y'all, my name is Desi Oakley, and this is the 8th and final episode of Pie a la Road. In this episode, you will meet the rest of the cast, and you'll hear their two truths and a pie, and you will see what it's like for me to walk out the stage door at night in Chicago. You'll follow me on my commute to work on a beautiful summer evening here in Chicago. And you'll get a little bit more of the backstage life here on the Waitress tour. Thanks for tuning in. It's a beautiful afternoon in Chicago. These beautiful arches woven to perfection, like a flaky crust. This looks like a maze. Mama, it's amazing what baking can do. You know, Waitress is a story with really relatable characters. They're all like real human beings. Jumping without a net bottomless pie. Bean pie. It's a bean.
Really?
Hey, Broadway.com. You're in a bean. Okay, Broadway.com. This wish is for you. Oh my goodness, it's bouncing. Okay. Make a wish. Make it easy. Make it clever. Hey, Broadway.com. I thought I would have you join me in my commute to the theater here in this city. Check out the gorgeous views. And all it takes a taste when you know it's special. Look at these little hand pies. This donut shop. So cute. There it is. Palace Theater in Chicago. Look at this beautiful house. This is the Cadillac Palace Theater here in Chicago. Woohoo! I'm going to take you around backstage a little bit. Do y'all know that on these racks there's a whole bunch of stuff? A whole bunch of stuff. Some of this we actually use. Butter. See, and it's labeled. That is the deep dish blueberry bacon pie. Oh yeah. This is normally filled with tons of pies. They're obviously preset now before the show, but there's some there at the bottom. Here are these bins that we use a lot on stage. Oh, here's a bunch of the pies. That's the ones I think probably that the ensemble uses. Yep, at the end in the finale. There's some more. Pies galore. Here's ones that come out with me on stage. Life's just peachy peachy keen pie. Where there's a whisk, there's a way pie. I love it because there's a little heart on it. So these are called the gondolas. So this is where the men and women, mostly of the ensemble, but sometimes principals come back here too, have all of their costumes set. So this is where a lot of people hang out. They're always set, almost always set upstage all the way, and they're separated men and women, and yeah, they're called wardrobe gondolas. It happens a lot too on tour because we don't always know where the dressing rooms will be. So in a lot of theaters, sometimes the dressing rooms are up for maybe 5 flights of stairs. And if you have a quick change, it's much more convenient to do them back here. So most of the time, even if the dressing rooms are close, we will always set up gondolas so that it's convenient. And that way it's really consistent. So it's kind of like an onstage dressing room. Waitress are unbelievable. They are, first of all, responsible for all of the goodness and joy and love. Icy pies. Icy pies. Okay. Someone knows me. Oh my goodness. Delicious with a cherry on top pie. Can you even? There's another one. There's another one. Out of the blue, blueberry pie. Okay, this makes my life complete. Like, pies. I love it. They're almost lifestyle.
This is your 5-minute call. We're at 5.
They're almost life size. Literally, they're almost like the same size that we use in the show. Ah! I love you, Waitress fans. I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Hi, what's your name?
My name is David.
David Huey, and what do you do in Waitress?
I am a swing.
Cool. And just a little tidbit about what that means, just in case there are viewers that don't know.
Yeah. So essentially, I am an understudy for several parts. So I don't go on every single night.
Okay.
But I am prepared to go on for any of the male ensemble tracks that may need to be covered if someone isn't there, or two principals, Joe and Cal, I also cover.
Amazing.
So it's like an understudy, but like for multiple parts.
Love it. Well, you're very good at what you do. So we're playing a game called 2 Truths and a Pie, where you tell us 2 truths about yourself. They can be little known or well known, anything you'd like to share.
Okay. I once, for a period of my life, paid, like, as an actor, you'll find all these different ways to pay your bills. I was a salsa dancer. I used to dance on tables.
Yes!
A lot of people don't know that.
You danced on tables?
I did.
David Huey!
Got the knee injuries to prove it.
Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed. Yes, salsa.
Yeah.
Okay, then your second truth.
And then God, people don't know. I spent a chunk of my career overseas in Germany. I used to sing opera, so that's where I worked for a nice little period of time.
Goodness, you've done so much.
Yeah.
I'm learning things too. Okay, now tell us the pie is like your little slice of life, like a slice of advice, that you might tell your younger self, or that you might just want to tell like an aspiring artist who would maybe want to be in your shoes one day.
I hate to sound so cliche as to say, don't give it up, but really, it's a really challenging career, and there's a lot of rejection, there's a lot of all that, and also to add to that, because that's really generic, no knowledge is wasted. Sometimes you get so focused on what you think you need to know and what you think you need to do that you don't realize any book you read, any exchange you have, any experience you have, any show you go to can be used to put into your art in some way, shape, or form. There's no knowledge wasted. There's no experience that's wasted.
That is beautiful, David. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's a Wednesday night. Here in Chicago, we've been doing 2 shows on Wednesdays, which is like a Broadway schedule. So that's super exciting. I am just brushing my teeth. I just got dressed, and I normally try to get dressed at 5 minutes to places. That gives me just enough time to brush my teeth. I had to put a little lotion on my legs because they're kind of dry. I'm just telling you all the deets, just in case you want to know. And so I brush my teeth, put on a little lipstick, and it's perfect. Lipstick time. This is my Sephora lip stain. It's number 6, Pink Souffle. I think it really captures Jenna's, super neutral. For a while there, I wasn't wearing lipstick. So if anybody caught the show in, where were we before this? the last couple of, I'd probably say the last month or so, I didn't wear lipstick because I wasn't feeling it. Because for a while, over time, I just continued to put on more makeup and more makeup and more makeup just because we just celebrated our 300th show, 300 shows, and over time it piles on, and then eventually I wasn't feeling like Jenna anymore. So I've stripped it all back, and it is still a little lipstick and no eyeliner, just mascara. No shadow, no liner, just a little lip, and then a little rouge, just a tiny bit, just because we're on stage. Okay, they should be calling places any minute. It's intermission. Okay, tell me who you are.
Hi, I'm Mark Christie.
Okay, and what do you do with Waitress on Tour?
I am in the ensemble, and then I understudy Ogie and Cal.
Wonderful. Okay, so tell us your 2 truths and a pie.
Sure.
2 truths about yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
2 truths.
Yeah.
I love cooking, and
Yes.
I'm not necessarily great at cooking, but I am learning to get better at cooking.
Oh, good.
Particularly, I love cooking Italian food, and I love pasta. My next phase is like learning how to make my own homemade pasta.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's one of my things.
Okay.
I love the foods. And my other career, in addition to being an actor, is I'm a music director and accompanist and musician and do all that kind of stuff as well.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
Yep, multi-talented. Absolutely.
Try it.
Okay, so speaking of multi-talented, tell us, the pie is like your little slice of advice or life for someone who does have talent. Maybe they don't know what to do with it, or they're aspiring to be in a professional setting like you are.
Yeah, great. I think my biggest piece of advice would be try to look forward and back and not side to side. There's everybody you're going to be surrounded by is going to be wonderful to learn from, but everybody's path is different, and everybody is on the road that they're on, and often you don't know what the road is until you turn around and look behind you and you see all the choices you've made that led you to the moment you're in now. And so I would say that even if there's something that seems like it doesn't obviously make sense with what you think your life is doing, if it's exciting to you in the moment and it feels like the right thing, to just jump and go with it, and you will find yourself where you're meant to be at any given moment. So I would say don't be shy about trying new things and exploring all the things that make you happy.
Beautifully said. Mark, Christine.
Hey.
Yes, I love that slice of life. Thank you for sharing.
You got it.
You rock. Hi, guys. I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for tuning in, sharing with your friends, commenting, watching, for all of your feedback, to every fan of the show, to strangers, friends of strangers of fans who've watched this, and who've encouraged me along the way. This was, I gotta say, in full vulnerability out of my comfort zone. So to have you along for the ride and to show you a lot of what goes on here in my world has been so rewarding, such a privilege. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching and for being a part of it. It's been just an awesome ride. So yeah, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. So we're here in Chicago, and the audiences here have been so amazing, just like wild, fun, totally with us on the ride. So now we're gonna go out the stage door, which is what I do each night, and say hi. Hi! Is this for the Broadway Broadway? I love Desi Oakley so much! Oh, you're talking about it! You are so amazing! So much. You guys rock. Thank you. The clap. You start first. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're Broadway.com. Hey, Broadway.com. Oh, let's get in.
Could we go selfie?
We'll go this way. Yes.
How are you?
I did have a wig on. Isn't that wild? So the wig is so good that it looks like my real hair. Most people don't know this is my real hair. Isn't it amazing? I mean, our wig designer designer is phenomenal, and then who upkeeps it, our supervisor, she's genius.
Yeah, I would have
think it's
right by.
I'm like,
She didn't
I
say
thought it was
something,
my
I would
Isn't that
have
wild? Yeah.
Awesome. So fun.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. You're so amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. And that's a wrap. I want to give a huge shout out to Broadway.com and the editors of Pie a la Road. You guys rock. You made all my dreams come true, and you made this really what it is. So I'm super, super grateful for that. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. Follow me on Instagram at Desi Oakley for some more adventures here on the Waitress Tour and also with my life. So signing off from Chicago, Illinois. I'm Desi Oakley, and this was Pie a la Road. It only takes a taste when you know it's good. Sometimes one bite is more than enough.